guest that we have today. May I welcome Sussanne Khan, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Konark. That was a very sweet introduction.
What is the charcoal project all about?
We were the first conceptual interior design store to open in India, making our furniture pieces so unique. People hadn't seen that before. We launched the Charcoal Project Hyderabad. Over 500 pieces of product has been designed, made, manufactured all by us right here in India.
Wow.
Each of those products are unique.
Are you fond of like the olden Mughal architecture?
I love the influence of Moorish and Mughal architecture. India was known for its palaces, empires. New India, I would call it. Technology has come in, AI has come in, craftsmanship is grown. Their machines are different, what they use is different, their technology is different, so the design comes out better.
One common home decor mistake you see people are making all the time.
People overlight their homes.
Overlight?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your current favorite color palette? What are the 3 favorite pieces of the charcoal projects? What value do Gauri Khan add up to the
Charcoal project? Gauri is firstly a very dear friend of mine. She's a wonderful person and she's also very innovative, very artistic, hoping to do a lot of great, more exciting things together.
People have small spaces. They still want to make look more luxurious.
So, there are many ways to trick that. Yeah. Congratulate you all because I've never been asked this question.
हेलो गाइस, वेलकम टू द न्यू एपिसोड ऑफ द हाउसिंग कार्ट शो। और आज का जो हमारा एपिसोड है दैट इज़ अ वेरी स्पेशल एपिसोड बिकॉज द गेस्ट दैट वी हैव टुडे इज़ अ वेरी फेमस सेलिब्रिटी इंटीरियर डिज़ाइनर and a very well-known face in the industry. She has been associated with this industry from past very long, and we are truly privileged and honored today to have her on our show. May I welcome Sussanne Khan, ma'am, on the Housing Kart Show.
Thank you so much, Konark. That was a very sweet introduction, and I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you.
On the Housing Kart Show. And yes, let's deep dive into design.
Yes. So you're from Bombay, and
yes. So let me tell you that I was just telling you before we sat down that I've literally grown up on the beach behind us. My parents have a home right on Juhu beach, and we were right next to the Sun and Sand Hotel in those days. And I think that to start off with, my design influence that came to my calling, that I was so attracted to this world of design, came from my parents, I think, because they are extremely aesthetic and they have a very good eye for choice of what they like and everything. So my mother was an interior designer of the 80s and the 70s, and in those days I was like a 5-year-old kid, and my mom was literally doing up all the best houses in the film industry, all the the producers of the film industry of that time. And I used to go with her to these site visits, and she used to talk to me about color schemes, and I think that was the first kind of seed that was planted in me about this whole, how a state of a very grey state of a space can convert into something so beautiful. Because I used to go with her continuously to see how a site changes, So I think that was the seed that started at a very young age.
Your journey in the field of interior designing has been truly inspiration to many of the people in the industry.
Thank you.
So what is the charcoal project all about?
So my design company is called the Charcoal Project, and it is also a conceptual retail furniture store. And we launched in 2011, and we had huge, force of sudden, everybody eyeballs were suddenly on us, because I think at that time in 2011, we were the first conceptual design store, interior design store to open in India. And I was, kind of ambitious enough to make, when we kind of got the space, it was a 12,000 square feet space, which was on 2 levels, and I still have that. And in those days, everybody was like, "Are you sure you're going to pull this off?" And it's very hard to sustain a store this big and all of that, right? But I think that because of innovation of using conceptual design, when I say conceptual design, I mean like making design stories and making our furniture pieces so unique that people hadn't seen that before. They were very mesmerized. They were like, "Wow, this is out of the box." So I think that when we launched that entire charcoal project, story started off with me bringing in various brands from other countries. Like I brought in the Andrew Martin brand from the United Kingdom. I brought in a lot of brands from France, and I used to curate a lot of things in those days. At that time, I was not making a lot of furniture like how I'm doing today. So I started off by curating product from all over and bringing it, and then putting it together here. And then through the years, I think it's been now, we're almost 14 years today. We launched the Charcoal Project Hyderabad on the 26th of February in this year. And what we did for the Charcoal Project Hyderabad in comparison to our Mumbai store is completely different, because 5 stories, that means 30,000 square feet of product, over 500 pieces of product has been designed, made, manufactured all by us right here in India.
Wow.
So that, according to me, is a huge, a step towards progress, because the journey that I have witnessed over time was that we have this great support system of craftsmanship and of local talent that my mother's time, literally like my mother's time, as I told you, the carpentry team of people who were doing my mom's projects, their kids are now working with me and are head of my carpentry. The painting, companies are doing the paint polish. People are doing the paint polish. So it's like almost a legacy carrying on. And what I did different was that I just gave them more motivation to grow their minds and to think out of their box by influencing them with designs and with maybe technology, by bringing in various ways to enhance the skill of our craftsmen and our the Indian mindset who was growing all that time in my mom's days. And today like I said, we've made over 500 products for the Charcoal Project Hyderabad, and each of those products are unique. So that I feel, and that's our goal. We want to continuously keep creating. Each floor on over there in our new store, which we call the gallery, is basically a concept again. So each store has a very strong sense of concept that is driven each product that exists on that floor. So only not the furniture, but also the art, also the the accessories, the throws. We collaborated with great Indian companies. We collaborated with Janvi India, which is a very big, soft furnishing. They make beautiful cashmere shawls, and that we brought into home. So we have these beautiful cashmere and cotton and thread work and all a product that we've collaborated with. So like that, we've collaborated with various energies to make that product even more enhanced.
Wow, such a nice thing
Yeah.
that you're doing. And so, more projects we can see of charcoal projects coming all over India, like
Yes, yes,
different,
yes. We
different,
are
different
in the
states.
we are right now hoping to like see we are doing a lot of work now in Hyderabad itself and in Telangana, that is whole state, and we are doing a lot of work in Pune, in Maharashtra, in Delhi. So I think that God willing, we are having a strategy plan of growth, and I definitely feel that as a designer and as a person who is very understands that the Indian craftsmanship and the Indian hand, the technique is unique. What we do, I don't think that we can do that any other part of the world, because there's a skill that we do that is very special. And I feel that it's our job as designers to enhance that skill with intel to our own people so that they grow with us. And that is, I think, my major plan, to make everything, as we say, made in India with full heart.
All the very best to your
Yeah,
plans and the
thank you.
future. One common home decor mistake you see people are making all the time:
People overlight their homes.
overlight.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that they light, when they do their lighting, they are constantly doing it every, literally, like as per the rules of, there's too much of overhead lighting. So I think that lighting is something they make big mistakes with.
Okay. What's that one item in your home that brings you the most joy?
My son Ridan is an artist, and he has done a self-portrait of himself.
Oh.
And that when I see that, I'm the happiest. It brings me the most joy, because he's an artist. He's really, from the very young age, he can draw and create things. And I think that one is something very special to me.
That is priceless.
Yeah, that's priceless.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Beyond aesthetics, what's the most important feeling a home should evoke?
A home should evoke love and warmth and invite your people around you. It should feel inviting and wholesome. It's very important. Kitchen is very important. My kitchen is very important, and it's everyone, like, we have this big fat island. We do a lot of cooking. My brother loves to cook, and a lot of my friends like to cook. We all are very much this cooking, eating family.
For Indians, ma'am,
yeah,
the kitchen is the most important thing.
exactly. So I think that make your kitchen, concentrate on your kitchen, make your kitchen a space where you bond, where you chat, where you play games. Make the island big, make your kitchen big. Make the air conditioning system in your kitchen fabulous, so that the smells don't hold you back.
What's your current favorite color palette?
I love the palette of, in fact, this is what I'm wearing. It's butter. It's like, it's not white, it's not cream, it's butter. So I'm very attracted to this palette of how, you can play with things that you have in your everyday life, like, vanilla and butter and custard, and how you bring them together and you create a palette which is so much, it's mood on mood on mood, and just monotone, but then you can totally like bring in another element of metal, and it just completely changes. So I'm experimenting with some certain things right now. Yeah.
What value do collaborations like Gauri Khan add up to the
Charcoal
charcoal
project.
projects?
Huge. I definitely feel that Gauri is firstly a very dear friend of mine for many years, and we both, started our journey. I was doing interior design. She loved interior design. She was doing up her house in those days, and I used to always tell her that, Gauri, you've got such a good flair for this. You have to do it. And and so she's a wonderful person, and she's also very innovative, very artistic. So bringing her on to Charcoal Project Hyderabad for me was a great, support. And I'm very happy to say that we are both doing very well over there, and we both have a very unique styles and taste, which doesn't conflict each other. It only enhances each other. So I am extremely happy that we have Gauri on board as a collaborator for Charcoal Project, and yes, and we are hoping to do a lot of great, more exciting things together.
Have you ever fulfilled some of the weirdest clients' requests that might have come to you? Because this is what in general we
Yeah.
listen, but
Yeah.
does it comes to you at this level also?
I'm honestly, I'm definitely a one to make my client feel that I'm not ignoring their request and I'm not like sidelining their request. So I meet them halfway. If they have a weird request, but if I think that I can make the weird into doable, then I do it. Yeah, but I don't go according to my integrity. The integrity is very important of what I believe. Yeah.
So, what wildlife animal den would you love to design, and what signature touch would you give it?
Oh, wow. That's a very good question. I want to congratulate you all because I have never been asked this question. And it's a really good question. It got me thinking. Honestly, I have a bunch of animals that I would love to design for. So I think I'll pick three, okay? Because one would be too hard, okay? So one is definitely, without saying too much, I would love to build a home for, I think that for a lion. I think that a lion and a lioness is the ultimate grace and beauty that you would. So a den, when you think of a den, you literally want to create the most exuberant and majestic space for them. And but I would want it to feel like in their natural environment. So it should feel like it's a cave. It should feel like you're in their natural environment and, where there's an oasis outside it. But I was just imagining exactly what I would do, and it was just blowing my brain apart. It was really beautiful. So a lion and a lioness, definitely, and their cubs, I would love to design for them. I would love to design for rabbits.
Rabbits, yeah.
I
wow.
think a rabbit hole, because it's so small. At the same time, it goes into these deep, you think about Alice in Wonderland and how it goes deep down and it goes into all these layers. I mean, that would be insane to design for a rabbit couple. I think it'd be very interesting how to cover their burrow and make them feel really and empowered. And I think the third animal would be a bear.
Bear, wow.
Because I'll tell you, because bears hibernate for so many years, so many months, like 6-8 months, they can hibernate. And I think to design a cave where the bear hibernates would be such a cool thing, because it'll be like fully like night mode. So nocturnal. It's like a nocturnal cave, So I think it'll be very interesting to do that with all completely, using different lights and making it really interesting. So I definitely think that our design philosophies also come in play when you're a designer, to take a lot from nature.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not only about the art and the history of art and architecture, but also the history of where we are and what we have around us. And so, yeah, I think animal life and plant life is a huge influence in design. Yeah.
So, what are the three favorite pieces of the charcoal projects?
I think that we have this. By the way, it's very hard to say three favorite pieces because all are my children.
Yes.
So it's hard to pick your children. But there's this one table. There are three pieces. The first piece is this link table. So it's a table that we created that is literally like a jigsaw puzzle. Okay. So there's two halves of it, and both are these really exotic marble pieces, and they are very softly carved, and I mean, and they look like chunks of marble is the way we have smoothened the edges, and it's not a chunk of marble, but it's a very cool table. So the link table. The second table is this amoeba table, which is basically again a red blob of a dining table, and it serves a very unusual, organic shape, and 8 people can sit around it, and nobody is the head of the table. There's no head. So it's an interesting shape. And then the third piece would be my branch series, my branch sofas and series, because my branch chairs and sofa is a completely outdoor friendly material, and we have succeeded in making the palette of that branch in silver, in gold, and it is electroplated. So even outdoor, because it's the way we put these metal inserts inside for strength, and outdoors nothing will happen to it for like forever. So I think that these are the few things that I think we're very proud of. Yeah.
I'd like to ask you that what is your design philosophy whenever you are in planning to design a new home or a new project? So what kind of a philosophy that you have while designing that part?
So I think that, Konark, I'm very, I like to go to the space and the geography of the space. Is it a sea facing, a bungalow on the sea facing, or is it a high rise that is not got so much of probably too many buildings around it? So how much light enters the house? How big are the windows? It's very important to analyze for me and to feel the light that enters that space. So like I said, it could be a beach house on the sea facing, or it could be a high rise, or it could be a mountain house, like where you have beautiful, backdrop of mountains. So I think that aspect of where the geography of the space is, that's my starting point. And when I kind of understand that, then I build on my design palette, my color palette, my entire concept of reading, of course, the family, the clients who I'm working with, or the developers who I'm working with, understand what their needs are for that particular project. What is the demographic of those people who are going to live there? So we have to literally deep dive into understanding the psychology of the people who are going to be there. And once I understand that, then I feel that it is safe to venture into, putting magic into it, understanding what is new for them, what is inspiring for them, what is motivating for them. So this is a process. It's not something that happens in one day. It's like layers. And I always feel that great design, project conversion happens with various layering and details that happen over a lot of intel that you have about the various things that are going to be in that space. And I like to analyze how much of artificial lighting, that means your lighting that you plan, or the natural lighting. What is the ceiling heights? What are the materials, the hard finishes? What are the colors you want to do? So it's all a kind of study that I like to go through, understanding the geography of the place. Yeah.
A celebrity interior designer like the Sussanne Khan enters anybody's home or office or a project. So what is that first thing that you notice?
I think, like I said, the first thing I notice is the light.
Light.
Yeah. I always notice how much light is entering that space. And because I'm also like to call myself as a very I don't only do decor of a space. I change windows. So like suppose if I come to a space and I find the windows are too small and we can maybe open up the space, I like to obviously do that. So it's also a very you have to. It's better for me to work with a project right from scratch, and not at a later date when the house is already made and I'm just coming in for furniture. I don't like to do that, because the furniture is the last of the list. The list starts off when it is in its gray state, when it is nothing, literally, when it is at ground zero. So I think that that's one thing I noticed. The other thing I notice is your ventilation. Okay, it's very important to have clean air. There are a lot of spaces where the HVAC systems are not properly done, whether they're bathrooms. I've noticed this a lot. I've noticed there are a lot of bathrooms in our country, in public spaces, where you don't have good ventilation because the architect has gone wrong with ventilation and with fresh air, evaluation of how much should enter. So that is something which is my first checkbox. I need to make sure that space, when we're planning for our HVAC systems, our plumbing systems, our electrical systems, all that aligns. Because the most important thing to me in a home is good energy, and good energy comes from the senses. What you smell, what you see, but what you see is last. The first thing is what you smell, what you touch. So these are things that make you realize that interiors is a very deep study. It's not only just putting things together as a stylist. It's not that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think that I'm very involved in the process of planning all of that, because I think that makes the whole home come together.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So are you fond of like the olden Mughal architecture?
I love the influence of Moorish and
Yeah.
Mughal architecture. I have a Iranian descent. Actually, I'm my parents' side, and I have a very strong Persian influence of design, philosophy, color schemes, intricate, marquetry and parquetry, all that very deep, how stone was, embedded into wood, and how wood was embedded into stone, all sorts of ways of kind of mixing products and making that piece, out of this world and exquisite in a very delicate way. So I think that India it's known that back in the history of time, India was known for its palaces and for its empires, and the world was wanting to, before even the British came, it was the world all wanted what we had, and they wanted to loot us.
Yes.
Basically, that's
Yes,
what
that's-
most of them did.
Yeah.
But basically, the thing is that our heritage is so rich and it's so magnanimous in every way that as a designer, it's my fortunate. I'm fortunate to be born in this part of the world, and I'm fortunate to be at a time where design is really thriving in India. According to me, there's so much more new India, I would call it. Technology has come in. Of course, AI has come in, and a lot of work that you see that the laborers used to do like 10 years ago, they've grown tenfolds. And the handicraft, the whole craftsmanship is grown. Their machines are different. Their what they use is different. The technology is different. So the design comes out better. So I definitely feel that, like we were talking, that there is a whole kind of layering of process that goes into the world of making a property or a project enhanced to its maximum. Yeah.
So, do you feel that the technology that is coming up in the field of interior designing, in the form of AI, there are some softwares, some tools that have recently come up.
Yeah.
So, how you see that technology will be playing a very
Helpful.
vital role in this industry?
So I have two takes on it,
Okay.
very honestly. There are very nice ways of using AI. Now, AI is, again, a tool to make life easier. Okay, so when you are designing a space, or if you need to probably make your your renders a little faster, or you want, but in the end, it's very important to have the mindset and the brain of the innovator to supply the AI a different take of how to do it. So in a way, as human beings, we have this crazy amount of intel that we've been collecting through years and through decades and through billions of years of all this intel, and AI has just come. So AI is going to just create what is there in the history of what is available. But if we as designers innovate a new thing, it's not yet thought of from AI, right? So that is one thing I feel, that where human mind has a very strong benefit over AI. But I also feel that the AI machines that are quite helpful, tools like you see these apps where you can morph. Suppose you can type in glass and you type in wood and you say, I want to create a diamond and a wood block chair, and it'll morph it, and suddenly you will have this chair which will be both. So it's interesting. It's interesting to think out of the box and to create maybe two random materials. It could be obsidian and glass, and I'm making a chair out of that. But now, how do I make that in real? Now I'm visually seeing it.
Yeah.
But visually, to engineer that
That is
product
difficult.
into real is a process
Yes,
that a human
yes,
being
yes,
has
of
to
course.
do, right?
Right.
So AI is, it's a gadget, it's a tool, okay, and as industry, we must use that tool to better our work. Of course, it's superb in communication. It gives you great ways to communicate with your clients in a GIF, how to talk to them and how to present yourself. But again, your soul of how you really are will not come out in that letter. So I just think that it is a very important thing to use AI and also contribute your own intel that we are so fortunate to have, as a human race. Yeah, that's something, that's a thought.
Earlier, like the homes that we used to live in were like in a very bigger space. But nowadays, the homes are getting smaller.
Yes.
We are like shifted from bungalows to flats. People have more compact spaces,
Yeah.
compact homes. So my question is that how one could design a home, or could make that place a better, uh, in such a manner,
That you don't
that
feel the
you
space
feel
being
the
small.
space, plus
Yeah.
like the color combinations of furniture,
Yes, of
how
course.
it should be done.
So, I mean, of course, because we are in Mumbai, and Mumbai is having, most of the apartments are compact, like you're saying. And studio apartments are the biggest thing, right? And all these apartments where they double up, rooms double up. I think that it allows a designer to put in more intel and more creativity to, of course, make the space firstly very light on the eye, because it is smaller, and again, you want to make everything appear to be taller and bigger. There are certain ways, like you can keep a lighter palette, you use reflective material, so you use certain mirrors, you use certain metal that reflects so that it opens up the space. But of course, you have to comply to Vastu, you have to comply to various things. But of course, there are ways to keep a palette very light. Keep your materials also, even the floor material, the wall material, on the lighter palette, and bring in a few plants, because plants tend to, the natural foliage brings in a lot of openness. It
Yes.
feels like you're outdoors.
Yes.
So I would say that in a smaller apartment, the palette is very important. Again, how much light enters through the windows. the fabrics you use, how much light, you don't block the light, the colors of the wood, the colors of the stone, everything is making the space enhanced and seem bigger. So there are many ways to trick that. Yeah, it is there.
We all do one thing that whenever somebody wants to go for some interior designing part, or he needs to renovate his home or her home, so what he do is the first thing that he goes to Pinterest.
Yeah.
Then he keeps on scrolling that on the phone, and he's keep on looking the
Yes.
designs.
Yes.
Then there is key one part is that you have selected a picture that you are finding that it is going good, but as per technical specification and as per the viewpoint of a good interior designer, that will not look good in your home or in that particular
So
space.
you have to be honest with your client. I feel it's very important to, if your client is normally what happens with people is they are not very visual. They cannot imagine what a room will look. So they go to Pinterest because they choose a picture and they say, I want this
Yes,
for
exactly.
what I'm doing. So as a designer, you have to look at that picture and understand what is it in this picture that this person is liking. Okay. Is it the style of the furniture? They're liking that old world. Maybe there's a lot of intricacy in the carving of it. Maybe there is some kind of ultra modern element. And it depends on what the picture is. So as a designer, what I do is I understand what is the person attracted to in that picture. And that's how we develop then our own design story. So it's very important. And also, like as a designer, you have to know your history of design. You have to know your history of art and architecture. You have to know what are the various styles of design that has been over the decades, over time, and how do we incorporate and pull something out of everything what you want to create for this particular client. So it is important to not make the client feel that they can't go on Pinterest, because that's not fair. Let them be happy. You do what you have to. You pick and show me what you like. Once you pick and show me what you like, I will put my antennas to work towards giving you that way of what you're feeling when you see that picture. So that's how I see it as a designer. And I don't think that Pinterest is a bad platform. It's a beautiful platform.
beautiful platform, yes.
And it gives a lot of clarity to a lot of people who probably cannot afford a designer.
yes, of course.
And it's making the world a more beautiful place. So I'm very much I think that it's great that it exists.
Sometimes, ma'am, what happens is that many interior designers get ideas from some reference pictures that they see on Pinterest and
Yes,
itself.
that's true.
Yes.
And but you know what? It's like up to the interior designer
yeah.
whether they want to blatantly copy
yeah.
or they want to understand, oh, this is interesting. Now let me see how I do
Yes,
it or
yes.
how I think of it. So I think that as any artistic field, whether it is movie making or whether it is interior design or whether it's architecture, there are you do look at
Yes.
people's work. You do understand what you like, what genre you like, what is the genre of design that you're liking in that particular style of that house, and then you understand
Yes.
how to achieve what you want, that sort of thing.
What are the trends?
Trends.
Yeah, what are the trends that you're looking up in the Indian design market currently?
I think that it's beautiful to see that how a lot of like materials which are in nature, like rice paper, like that paper. I see that's come from Japan, but a lot of people are using this very light material to make like lights, and with cane and with things, and they're using like origami is that whole art of making paper animals, with paper. So they used that art and they converted it into lights, and again, very reasonably done. It's very cheaply done. So I think certain trends that are handicraft oriented, it's a serving a purpose of the need. What the purpose of the need is, we are right now wanting to have a quick fix restaurant. We don't want to spend too much. So certain trends are a very good thing for our design fraternity to follow. But I think that sometimes people get stuck in a mindset that they have to follow a trend. And if they don't follow a trend, then their design will not be liked. And that is not a good thing, because the beauty of good design is to make the person who is entering that space feel very energized and very refreshed. And that can come by anything, any thought that you can put together besides a trend, you know. And I definitely think that people, clients who, homeowners or people who have spaces and their designers should work together towards creating new philosophies of looking at things, rather than just following a trend in an idiot way. You know what I mean? Just closing your mind and following something.
Yeah.
So it's better to be more innovative and to get out of the box and to think different. So yeah, I think that's...
In the past 5 years, I have came across many restaurants, hotels, and resorts. They are using very minimal kind of a interior pattern.
Yes.
And the lights that you mentioned,
Yeah.
like they are of like bamboos, handicrafts, paper,
yeah.
and they look so stunning and beautiful.
Yeah, they do. That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
yes.
So it's all about how you do it.
Yes.
But also, having said that, there's a lifeline for product which is very flimsy, okay? Because after some time, it gets damaged. So there's a lifeline, a couple of years, maybe 4, 5 years, 5 years. Then they have to redo, which is fair because they're not spent so much money on it. So it's fine to redo then. So the trend is good because it's a purpose of the need, you know, or the need of of being what they want at that time, not spending too much money and being effective as a design philosophy. So definitely, I stand by people who are innovative to use very light materials, sustainable materials, which is also very important because those materials disintegrate, which is great. And that, in fact, is the main reason why we all should innovate new. Because the more we innovate new, the more we are going to use what already exists instead of constantly making something that is completely new. So there's recycling of various materials that have been used for great art, like you could use international fairs and everything. There's such unusual products that they recycle and use, like literally like dice, literally like a dice, these throwing dice can be recycled and made into one crazy artistic thing. Various things have been used, which is so innovative. And I love that. I love that people are, thinking about how to be cool and sustainable at the same time. Yeah.
Do you feel that like the celebrity interior designers like you, whenever you are associated with any of the projects or people want you to get associated with their projects, so you think that there is a very higher value addition that you put in that project because your name get associated with that project?
I must say that celebrity has nothing to do with it. Okay, I don't propose that you go after a person because she is a Mrs. So and so or a ex Mrs. So and so, whatever. That's a wrong way to approach a person. You appoint a person based on what you like about their body of work, what their history of what they've done, what their work ethic is, how they are as people, and that's what you should look at before hiring on a person. And definitely there are, it is a benefit also for a lot of people there are people who are very enamored by the stardom and all of that, and so they look up to you. And those people are also very nice people,
Yes.
because when they look up to you, they probably don't know how they want to make their house, so they leave it to you. You know, so they are not they don't know how to look at the perspective of what they do, because that's where they brought you in. So you have to respect that as well, and you have to play the role of guiding them with honesty, and not just because you want to propose that they spend more money. There are a lot of people who do that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that is it's not integrity. As a designer, you should do what you can to save also the client's money, and to make sure that your proposal of everything comes together in the best way, you know. So I firmly believe that a designer is, like, we have the most incredible designers and architects in India today, and each of them, they may not be married to people who are from our film industry, or ex-married, or whatever, no take, but their sense of design, they are themselves star architects, in my opinion, and their experience in this field is something worth. You have to respect that. So I think that any person or an individual looking to hire talent or design talent should look at all the people that are there in that gamut, and then decide what you like about them, you know.
If we'll give you two themes, one is Bollywood blockbuster and the other one is Hollywood classic. Which one will you choose?
For a
Yeah,
theme,
yeah.
I think Hollywood
Hollywood.
classic. I was very partial to Hollywood classic, because I studied in Los Angeles, and
Okay.
I was all of 17 when I went and did my associate art degree in interior design in California, and I was very influenced by the Getty Museum and Frank Lloyd Wright and all the Beverly Hills Hotel. And in those years, when I was all like 19 years old, there was a very old, or aristocracy of how they did things, the carpets, the chandeliers, the furniture. But it was not, of course, there were some things that were very loud and everything, but most of it was very quietly beautiful. It was also very pretty and very special. So I definitely think that Hollywood classic is a classic, that any person in the world would like it, and Bollywood Hangama, is that what you said? What do you say, Bollywood? Blockbuster. Bollywood blockbuster is probably also a fab theme to go by, but it could be of a certain type of personality of a human being, a person who's a little bit more showy or wants to kind of live that life, So I don't think it'll work for everybody.
Everybody, okay.
Yeah.
So, till what we have a conversation right now in this podcast, I just want to say one thing.
Yeah.
That I think that the kind of home that you will be liking would be a white house, large French windows, minimalistic designs and all. This is what my observation is there till what we had a conversation with you.
Really? That's very true. Actually, what you're saying is not far from the truth. But I must tell you one more thing, Konark. I am not so much a minimalist. I am a maximalist. Honestly,
That I'm seeing.
I love everything. It's not like I'm even with my interiors, I love detail and the fabrics and the wallpapers and the fringe that goes on the pillow, or even the molding that goes on the furniture, on your crescendo, whatever that you are wanting to kind of enhance your molding of your ceiling. So I think that it's detailing that really kind of makes my world of interiors come alive. And I also like to go, and I have done a few projects where it is a little bit very modern and very quiet. And I call that quiet luxury. So, like, I must tell you that I have a one way of looking at it. I have many different styles within me.
Okay.
So I can understand that what you said
Yes.
is a fab style. I would love to live in a house like that, but I also would love to live in an ultra modern, mid-century, a house with flat, really big, windows, and so I think that my entire concept of design is not limited to just one type. I have multiple design combinations that I love. Okay,
So from this statement that you have given, people will get to know the kind of house that you wish to build in future, maybe. And
yeah, which I plan to build
Yeah.
very soon. Yes.
So one more thing, that if like in India, like people have small spaces, but they still want to make look that small space more luxurious. So what things that the people can do to add up in that space?
I think it's very important to pay attention to the materials, the hard finishes, and value not only the price of what it is, but the quality. It's very important that the marble you pick, or the veneer or the wood that you pick, is having that quality and finesse. And I think that not only on the surface, even inside. Like, what kind of ply are you using? Are you using marine ply? What kind of grade are you using? What kind of fittings are you using? The electrical system. There's a Dali system which makes you have your automation so special. So there are lots of ways to make even the smallest space feel ultra luxurious, And that is definitely, pay attention to your lighting system, pay attention to your air conditioning system. It should be silent and quiet. Your audio-visual systems, your sound and what you see. And of course, your materials, your hard finishes, what it should be. And lastly, but most importantly, in how it smells. So
Yes,
we
of course.
have a concept of what we do. Even we've discovered, we've kind of introduced this at Charcoal Hyderabad, where we make incense scents, these 100% fragrance free, it's allergic free. It doesn't give you any sort of allergies. These oils, where we put it into these machines, and those machines go into your air conditioning. So they, infuse your air with a certain smell that could be for that particular home.
Oh,
So whenever a person comes to that home, they'll
so he'll feel
remember
refreshed. Yeah, yeah.
that smell.
Yes,
So
yes.
so those little details create luxury, according to me. Yeah.
Which Indian city you find most interesting like as a part of interior designing, like the way it has the architectural part, the way it has forts, palaces, the
I think
designing
New
of the part.
Delhi.
New Delhi.
Yeah, I think Delhi
Okay.
is beautiful. New Delhi is a beautiful city. Old Delhi, I think they have most gorgeous gardens, Lodi gardens. You see your Lutyens, Delhi, all the architecture, all the beautiful homes, and I mean, I just find Delhi as one of the most beautiful cities in the world, one of the most beautiful cities. The way it's been planned, and it's I know it's very polluted right now, and we've got all that issue going on, but it's just beautiful the way they have planned it, and the way even the traffic and everything. It's sorted. I mean, there is something about Delhi, with even the homes you go to, with the gardens, and the way in winter it's different, and in summer it's different. It is definitely one of my most I think special cities. And I think while I was growing up, when I was a little girl, we used to go to Srinagar a lot, because
Srinagar,
my
yeah.
my bua is from Srinagar. So
Oh.
and I think that Srinagar, and that in those days it was called Oberoi Palace, but now it's the Lalit I mean, those type of properties that you see, and you've grown up in my aunt's house, also a beautiful house with this beautiful garden in the back and the front. And I think that those kind of homes up in the north and in the whole poplar trees surrounding you, it's like, it's a different world. It's a different world. And India is filled, Himachal,
yes.
all over, Kashmir, Jaipur.
Yes,
Jaipur is
yes,
gorgeous.
yes.
Gorgeous. Another beautiful city is Jaipur, all the palaces. I mean, we are really, thriving. There's such fabulous design houses in Jaipur, which I'm very fond of. And I just feel that every state, in fact, there are a lot of states that haven't been discovered, according to me, like out in the east, and I want to explore and discover more to do with those states, because I feel that there's a huge world of design waiting to be explored from those states, So yeah, I think that, to sum it up, we are at a very exciting time of being designers in India at this time, and we should enhance every part of our culture and our heritage and bring in the influence of what our modern mind does,
What is that one suggestion or advice that you would like to give to the youngsters that wish to come in this industry as an interior designer?
Okay.
Because they look up to you a lot. Yes.
Thank you so much. I want to tell everybody who is looking to be an interior designer, it's very important that you are not scared to do, the dirty work, to get your hands dirty, to literally get down on your knees and put things together when it comes to, research and development for the product that you're making, whether it is making your miniature models on your own, whether it is exploring a way to save certain kind of, benefits of how to put things together by recycling things you already have. Interiors and the world of interiors is a fascinating world, and I think that you have to give it your heart and your passion and just deep dive into it with all of your sincerity, because that's the only way to make it here.
Thank you guys for watching this entire episode, this legendary episode with Sussanne ma'am. And I just want to end this podcast by saying the day is very beautiful on the outside, and she has made our day by her presence inside.
Oh, sweet. Thank you, Konark. Very
Thank you so
sweet.
much.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank you.
so much.